Good day everyone, welcome to CSS tutorial class 2. This is the day 2 of the tutorial class. We have discussed about the introduction to CSS. On the first class we have discussed the center, we have discussed the selector. So today we are going to how to use CSS in a proper way. There are 3 ways to use CSS, which I'm going to be discussing in this tutorial in details, which practical by step. So we can see as it's loading, they say that when a browser reads a style sheet, it will format the HTML document according to the information in the style sheet. So 3 ways to insert CSS. There are 3 ways to insert CSS, which I'm going to practicalize in this tutorial. There are 3 ways we can insert CSS in our HTML code in our website to style our website. So there are 3 ways of inserting a style sheet. A style sheet is also known as the CSS. So now we have the external CSS, we have the internal CSS, we have the inline CSS. So external CSS, when an external style sheet, with an external style sheet, you can change the look of an entire website by just one file. Each HTML page must include a reference to the external style sheet file inside the link element inside the head section. So we should not forget, in our previous class we have talked about how to insert HTML code. This is the head. Don't forget, we have discussed that our head will put our link inside the head sections, and the titles or all our meta link, we put them inside the head sections of our HTML code, but other file of our website will be inside the body of our website. So this is how it will look on our HTML code. So when we try it out now, you can see anytime we are saving our CSS file, when we check our first tutorial video, we save it as style.css or any name, but the extension file must end with style.css, must end with .css, so that the code editor will know that we are saving this file as CSS file. So we can see it now. This is our code. And we are going to be practicalizing the CSS in different way. We are going to be practicalizing the external, we are going to be practicalizing the internal, and we are going to practicalize the inline CSS. So the code editor that I am using is VS Code. That is the code editor that I'm using. So you can see an external CSS can be written in any text editor and must be saved with an extension .css extension. The external .css file should not contain any HTML tag. So in our previous class we have discussed what is the HTML tag. We have the header, we have the opening tag, we have the closing tag. We have discussed about all those things. So sorry, my system is a little bit slowed down. I think it's updating. So now we see our code. This is our code. It's just an introduction. What we only have here is just we only have our head, we have H1, we have paragraph. That is the main thing that we have in this place. Don't forget, our H1 is the heading. Is the heading, the first heading is the first, and this is paragraph, which is just an example. So now you can see my code. I have saved a document that is style.css. So for you to have a CSS file, you need to create a new file in any of your code editor that you are using. You need to create style. You need to open a new file. So when I come here, I will create a new file. The moment you create a new file, you save it as style.css inside the same folder of this index.html. Then on the head section, according to what I show you here, what I'm showing here, you are going to put type link. Once you type link, it will come out. Once you type a link, it will come out. Let me show you. Link. Once you type a link, it will definitely come out so that you can link your code. So you see it now. You can see it now. When I type link, just open the tag link, close the tag. Sorry, Something is wrong with my code. So we see it now. So the moment you put a link and you close the bracket, you see this href. So in this place, you just type your code. It will be showing wherever you put your code. That is style.css. So you can see it now. So I save it now. So now this is telling us that CSS is working on our website. Now the first one we want to do is external CSS. So let's practice how external CSS will work. How external CSS will work. So now the first example of external CSS, you need to go to your style.css file. You now type let's say our first document is h1 that we have here under the body section. So we are only styling the body section of our website. So you open a curly bracket. We want to style our h1. So what I will do, for instance, I want to give it a background color. Let me say background color. Oh, you need to save your work. I have not saved it. Save all. I have saved my work. I will close the folder and open it back. So let me close it and open it back. I'm refreshing because my VS Code is updating. That was why I need to close it and open it back, so that it will give us result of what we are doing. So now we click on File, Open Folder, so that I can open the folder of my work afresh. Then I continue working. Welcome guys, I've already opened my CSS code back. So you can see now, the moment we put our h1, this is an HTML element. I explained in the first class that when we want to style, we are going to be styling our HTML element. So now I'll put a color. Let me say I put blue to our h1. This is our h1. This is our first edit, and I put h1 here. So this word now, we have a background color of blue. Welcome to our tutorial. Let me say I want to put the text color. I want to put text color. Let's say text color. Okay, let me just put color. I can put, let me put like white. That is HFF. You can put it as white. You can put it as in letter. You can put it as in color code. Now when we go to live, we are going to see that this our word. This our welcome to tutorial class is going to have a background color of blue, and it's going to have the letter is going to have white color. So now I've saved it. Now I will click on live preview to see the example of external CSS, how it works. To see the sample of external CSS and how it works. Within a couple of minutes, my code, my live preview will be showing in this place. To be showing, let me see if it has load. Okay, it's still loading. It's still loading on the browser, on the code editor. So we have many type of code editor. The one I'm using is VS Code. We have a Sublime Text. We have Atom. We have brackets. We have Notepad++. It depends on the one that you want to use. So, but this is the one that I'm using, and I recommend it for anyone that is watching this video. And later I'm going to be dropping on my YouTube channel you must have extensions that you need on this particular code editor. There are some extensions that will help you to make your work faster. Oh, my code editor is slow. Let me open it on my local browser. So you go to the folder where you save your document. You find it and open it on the browser to see the preview of your work. Let me quickly open my work so that I can show us the example of external CSS. This is the example of external CSS. This is how to link it. We normally link it on the head sections. So now, and I want to show us the results. Now it's loading. Now we are going to see the result. So wow, this is what we did. You can see in our code editor here, we give our work a blue background. Let's see now. We give our work a blue background. See it now. Okay, let me minimize so that you can see it very well. You see the background color of our H1, and don't forget I told us that our H1 is the first heading of our work, and the color of the text is blue. So that is why we are having it here like this. So you guys, this is how to link an external CSS. So let's go to another type of CSS. How do we achieve the second type of CSS now? We have external, we have internal, and we have inline CSS. So the second one is external CSS. The second one that is external CSS, how do we do that? An external style sheet may be used if one single HTML page has a unique style. The external CSS is defined inside the style, inside the head section. So this external and internal CSS, they almost work together, but the difference of this CSS is that you don't need to open another file for style.css, but you can style it on the head sections of your work. So how do we do that? I will delete this work, I will delete this one now and go to the head section inside my HTML file. I will just do it like this. I'll just write style. Let's see how it works. Style. Now just write H1, then I will style it. So let me say background color. I want this. Okay, let me say I want dark orange. Then I want the text color to be white again. Color, let me say white. So you can see it now. So this is the difference between the external and the internal, is that you are going to open a new file for the external, but the same thing is under the head sections of your work. But this one now, you don't need to open a new file that will style.css, but this one you can put it on the head section of your HTML document if your work is having the same style. Now let me save it now. When we go to preview, we are going to see what is going to happen to our code. I will save it. Wow, so you can see it now. This is amazing. We see the result immediately on what we did to our CSS. So you guys don't worry, we are going to be doing more of tutorial on CSS in the next section. I'm just showing you how to use different type of CSS and how to apply it on your work. So the next one that we have the next one we have under this type of CSS is Inline.CSS. So how do we apply Inline.CSS? So Inline.CSS can be applied, may be used to apply a unique style for a single element. To use inline style, add the CSS style to the attribute of the relevant element. For instance, this is an example of HTML element. So instead of us writing on this place, we are going to write it inside this code editor, just like what they did here. We are going to apply the style inside this line. So now what we do now is that we write our style. What did I want to put? I want to put background color. Let me see. Let me use another color. I will find another color to use in this particular section, or let me use green. Then our color is white. So our text color will be white. So I will delete this one. So you delete this one immediately. You are using that one. So now we save our work. So then we go back to live preview again and see the result. Wow, this is amazing. So we have known how to use different type of CSS. I've talked about the standard CSS where you need to open a file in this place. I've talked about the inline CSS. I've talked about the internal CSS where you can style and put your code here. So you guys should try the three out and let me know. So the last one I will talk about is inline.css. Inline CSS, where I talk about the three types of CSS and now we can apply it. Alright, see you guys next time in the next lab. I want you to try this out and give me feedback how you get it, how you achieve your result. Thank you.